like to welcome everybody to the Weird Al Podcast, the podcast about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And boy, we've got a doozy over here today, people, because it's track 2 of Polka Party, which is Dog Eat Dog. And boy, good howdy, are we excited to talk about it. Russ is here as usual-ish. Hello.
Hey, ish. Yeah.
Ish.
I look over there and I say, "This is my beautiful wife." Get it? Because I did a thing.
You did a thing. Hooray. And then we have somebody who, if you spend any time at all on the internet in any spaces dedicated to Weird Al, particularly on ye old Book of the Face, then you are probably familiar with a group that is run and moderated by our dear guest here today. So, Jim, first of all, thank you for doing what you do for the Weird Al fan community, and also thank you for being here.
You're welcome on both counts. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is super exciting. So for the folks who are listening, Jim runs the Close Personal Friends of Weird Al Facebook group, which is a delightful and wonderful and weird space where like-minded Weird Al fans just share all of their Weird Al-ness. And
Yes.
as somebody who moderates several other non-Weird Al related Facebook groups, it's a difficult task. It's like herding cats.
It is sometimes, but we have a great group of people who are usually very supportive of each other. So the admin aspect is actually fairly easy compared to some other groups. So
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, we have a saying on the show that Weird Al people are good people, and
that's true.
by and large, that does tend to be true. This is also the part of the show where I don't have too many guests anymore outside of myself, who is legally obligated to have a beer on this show because it's my show and it is the Weird Al podcast. So I have a beer that I would like to talk about because I'm excited about it. If I saw you had a bottle of something over there. So if you'd like to let the world know what you're drinking today as we talk about Dog Eat Dog.
Sure. I am drinking New Holland Dragon's Milk. This is a beer made in Michigan. It is a barrel-aged beer. It really was one of the first to come out in Michigan when the craft beer revolution started.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not drinking it out of the bottle. I'm drinking out of my coffee mug with my name right on it.
That's beautiful in big bold letters, so everyone knows it's yours.
That's right.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
I
Yeah.
have a fun little story about Dragon's Milk I can share real quick.
Do tell.
This part of this will mean nothing to anyone except for Lauren, who's met this person. But you know the size person Chris Kimmel is.
Yes, he's a tiny man.
He's a much smaller person than I am. I am 6 foot. He's probably, at a guess, 5'4". I am around 300 pounds. He is probably half of that. So you probably know where this Dragon's Milk story is going. But when we were at his rehearsal dinner for his wedding, we went over and they had Bud Light and Miller Light on tap. And the only other thing that they had on tap was Dragon's Milk. And I'm never trying to be that guy with someone to be like, "Oh, do you know what you're doing?" I don't like when people do that, But he was like on his third one, and I was like, is the nicest way possible. I was like, I don't think that you should be drinking that many with how again, he had never in his life had anything outside of a Bud Light.
Oof.
So without oversharing on someone else's evening, you can guess how the rest of that night went.
Probably poorly.
Yes.
For him.
Well, there was
Yes.
there was an easy 40-minute section of crying and have I ever told you guys how much I love you? That type of thing. And then it was not that after that. But
yes.
So
Gotta be careful.
That's a
barrel aged stuff.
Yes. That is a great beer, but every single time I see it, I'm always like, oh boy.
What does that clock in at? 11%?
And then, I think it's
around there. I don't know if they don't always put it on the bottle, so
I think it was
If I'm right, then I don't know if I should be proud or ashamed of myself for knowing the ABV of Dragon's Milk.
here. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. 11%.
Oh, look at me go.
Yeah.
Focus.
I knew it. That's great. That's a really good beer. Yeah, that's a good one to have here.
But that would have been back around the time when it when it debuted too. That's kind of what triggered the memory when you said it was one of the first Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were, I'm from Detroit originally, so that was.
Well, yeah, we're going to hang out at the show.
Oh, I'm aware.
That's right.
Woo!
Yeah, Pine Knob.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I used to live
Which
within.
is Pine Knob again.
I know, which is
Officially.
crazy. But I used to, I used to live within walking distance of Pine Knob, so I've seen like every show ever there. So it's gonna
Great.
Be, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So,
But anyways,
I've
you have
never
an
been.
interesting beer there.
I do have an interesting beer. So I didn't buy this. We recently had a 2-day long WrestleMania party at our house,
As one does.
as you do, and as our friends are all wonderful and they're firm believers in the phrase, what a beer laid is a beer played, right? Meaning I had a friend bring beer for herself to drink to our party, and she put it in our beer fridge. And this is one of the beers that she did not drink at WrestleMania, and so it was left in my beer fridge. And so that means
There you go.
it's fair play for me now because it was in my house. It is a it is from Hidden Springs Ale Works in collaboration with the Thirsty Topher in Tampa, Florida. And it is a sour called Man-Child. And it is a peanut butter and jelly sour with grape and blackberry. And I decided to drink this while talking about Dog Eat Dog because it's one more jelly donut. They'll never miss it. And like the fact that like a friend left this beer in my fridge and I'm like, oh, she'll never miss it.
Good thinking.
And I'll tell you what, peanut butter and jelly sours. I don't know if you're into sours at all. They were the last style I developed a palate for. Peanut butter and jelly sours are either excellent and taste exactly like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or terrible. There is no in between. So I was a little nervous when I cracked this open because I had not had it, but this is excellent. So I'm excited. And it's in a beer glass with my show right on it.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah. So I think that covers the introductory portion of our time here together. Next up is me talking about some fun facts regarding the song. And I do very extensive research insofar as I go to the Weird Al Wiki fandom page and I look at the trivia for the song. So
You're like,
That's on.
Go ahead.
I would say that's on my next tab over.
Oh, see, so yeah, so you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm not gonna go through
I
all
just
of
like
these.
that you're like, I do very extensive research in that I read what someone else did very extensive research.
Yeah, and some of this is even like, okay, right. One thing that is interesting about this is the first time I saw Weird Al perform Dog Eat Dog live was on the ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised vanity tour. And he said, he goes, this is fun for me. I usually have to wear a big coat when I sing this song, but not today. And yeah, so the fun fact here is like, he typically wore like a David Byrne, like oversized suit jacket when he performed Dog Eat Dog. And so the next time I saw him perform this, because I have seen him do, I've never seen him do it in the suit. Never mind, I'm wrong. But he was doing all the like the arm choppy moves anyway,
Right.
still. So that's Weird Al for you. This next fact, a lot of these are just kind of relating Weird Al back to Talking Heads, but this is something that I did not know, and now I'm going to have to get my original copy of Dare to Be Stupid down and take a look at it, because apparently there's an inscription on the dead wax of Dare to Be Stupid that reads more songs about TV and food, which is making reference to the Talking Heads more songs about buildings and food.
Oh, that's fun.
And so I'm looking because it's hanging on the wall in this room because we have the Squeeze box set, so there's no need for my original copy of Dare to Be Stupid anymore. So I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, then all the fun little bits that Weird Al shouts out in this song are all like nods to specific Talking Head moments. Like They'll Never Miss It is a reference to Born Under Punches. Found a Job at a Great Big Office, maybe a reference to the track Found a Job. The utterance of Watch Me Work is a reference to the track The Good Thing. And sometimes I tell myself this is not my beautiful stapler, and all that stuff is obviously once in a lifetime. And this next fact like just makes me sad.
If you're gonna read the one I think you're gonna read, just so you know, I've been staring at that screen the whole time you've been talking, and I've been ready to say as soon as you finish it, gross.
Yes, this is the only song on Polka Party to be featured on the Essential Weird Al Yankovic compilation. Yeah.
Justice for Polka Party.
I feel that. I feel that. So, Jim, actually, I do have a question for you. Like, while we're here at the beginning, before we dive into this song specifically, as somebody as like deeply into the Weird Al space as you are, what is your overall opinion of Polka Party as an album?
Well, of the early set of albums, like, or should I say, right after, in 3D, which was the big one with Eat It, it was a little weaker, but there are some gems in it, of course, and Dog Eat Dog really is one of them.
Yeah.
So, I guess I can see both sides. Of some people are like you guys are obviously saying it's an underrated album, and when some people say, it wasn't all that great. I can kind of see both sides of that, and I think a lot of the songs are maybe a little more dated than some of the other songs in other albums, but I still listen to it. So
yeah, I mean,
I could take it out of the rotation.
No, that's a really great answer to it too, and I feel similarly to you. Like I'm absolutely like Justice for Polka Party because there are so many gems on it that people forget about. But I've been excited to go through this whole album and kind of uncover them in new ways and have conversations with different people about these songs. So I was so happy when you agreed to be on to talk about Dog Eat Dog because I'm like, let's just like riff with Weird Al people. You see, Russ is over here looking at the dead wax on the.
Yeah, I was like obsessive about this. Sorry, yeah, it's there.
It's there.
Yep,
that's cool.
But it's plain as day. I owned this. Obviously, I owned this record when I was a kid. It's right here.
Oh my.
No,
yep.
you have it upside down.
No, but I see
that's
it.
why I kept being like, "What? That's not right." But it's because I was looking at it upside down. You can see it better with the light on.
I see it.
But
that's
yeah,
crazy.
as you know, I bought Dirty Stupid. Like that was the first new Weird Al album I bought, and I bought it on vinyl.
The day it came out.
And I'm just shocked that I never noticed that as a kid.
So here we have it. Mystery solved, everyone.
All right.
So now we get into what honestly I think is the most fun portion of this program, where we just talk about the song. So Dog Eat Dog obviously is a pastiche or a style parody of the Talking Heads. Basically their entire oeuvre up until that time. But specifically, I guess, right, it's kind of riffing on And She Was Once in a Lifetime and stuff that I've already mentioned. So so Jim, I guess I'm going to let you kick it off with initial thoughts about Dog Eat Dog.
Well, the album came out, I was about 13 or 14, so I had not had a job in a great big office or anything like that. So those aspects were just stuff you saw on TV and things like that. I was not a huge Talking Heads fan. Of course, I was a fan of Burning Down a House, their huge hit, a lot of playtime on MTV. And I was kind of aware of their songs, that David Byrne was kind of a weird guy, or had that appearance. So I didn't always get all the Talking Heads reference, but I thought it was a cool song, and talked to a lot of interesting things, like having your own Scotch tape dispenser.
I love it. You brought the tape. You brought the tape in.
Very nice.
And whether you have your beautiful stapler or not.
He is a stapler too.
I think I want to say this is already the most literal episode of Weird Al ever.
I know you've got like everything from the song. What is your paperclip small animal? Game like?
I'm not. That's not my kind of art form. So I didn't bend any paper clips. I would never be. I wouldn't get on Letterman for something like that. So I had a lot of fun references. Coffee with a carcinogenic sweetener. That might be a little dated because he's referring to saccharin. But it was a fun song for us, a fun melody, and way to go. And then when we did grow up, me and my Weird Al friends, and we got jobs in a great big office, it was, it was a struggle to get your own Scotch tape dispenser and things like that.
Yeah. Like I totally hear what you're saying about like subject matter wise. there's some stuff in this song that is dated, especially in like a post-COVID world.
Oh, well, yeah.
We don't have
definitely.
those office antics anymore, which kind of makes me sad. But yeah, I mean, so the first time I saw this on the track listing and stuff, like Dog Eat Dog, I was like a kid, obviously, and full on expecting a track about dogs. Like I was expecting like a song about dogs, and I didn't understand it either. Like because I had no concept of what working in an office meant. I didn't know what the word carcinogenic meant. You know, I didn't know any of these things. But this was always one of those ones that I just found so incredibly catchy. Like, right? This is a really, really catchy song. And
That's a good word.
Right? Because it absolutely is. I would argue that this is just as, if not more catchy than any like actual Talking Heads tracks. Like, has David Byrne ever talked about this song?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm not aware of everything every artist has ever said about Weird Al.
No, me either. I'm musing.
But you would think if he said something either way, it would be something that would be known in the community. Because
I would think so, yeah.
Artists are fans, which artists have turned them down, things like that. So,
yeah, we usually know, right? Because the reason I asked,
we know about Devo, so
yeah, that's why I ask
David Byrne. Yeah,
because this song, I don't know about you, but like this song and Dare to Be Stupid are in the same like mental Rolodex file for me because they're such spot on style parodies of like 80s stuff.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
That's how I feel about that. Russ, what are your initial thoughts on Dog Eat Dog?
I mean, it's so good. Like when I first bought Polka Party, I like any other kid at that age, we had all heard Burning Down the House and Once in a Lifetime because they were like MTV and radio staples. It was weird. Once in a Lifetime was more of an MTV staple, and Burning Down the House was more of a radio staple, but all of us knew it. And so the only thing that hit me at first was just like, well, this is obviously the Talking Heads, but to my knowledge, the Talking Heads only did like exactly one thing. You know what I mean? Because like I knew Once in a Lifetime more than anything, right? And this is like very, very solid. It leans into Once in a Lifetime very hard. So as soon as the track started, before the vocal even started, I was just like, oh, I think I know what this is. And then as soon as the vocal comes in, you're like, well, that's a David Byrne bit,
Yeah.
And I like it a lot. I mean, it was always something that I like. I will say it's not even right to use the phrase grew on me, but years later when I became a much bigger Talking Heads fan, this started to mean a lot more to me. The only comparison I can make it to it is, and I've told you this many times, I don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned it on the show, but when Cosmic Thing came out and I really got into the B-52s, and Channel Z is extremely close to Mr. Popeil on its own, but obviously Weird Al was not doing a style parody of a song that came out 10 years after.
As far as I know, he hasn't perfected time travel.
So that made me go, okay, well, that's obviously not it. So the B-52s must have something I don't know. And I went back and found Rock Lobster and was like, oh, right. So this was kind of that for me. Like when I got into the Talking Heads, I went back and listened to this more and started to love it even more. Like there was never a point where I disliked it, but the more I got into the Talking Heads, the more I loved this song.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
And David Byrne, I know he's never done it, and he's never a very valid point that like if David Byrne had like whispered the name of Weird Al, like all of us would know about it. I would. And I mean, I'm going to use this word in the highest complimentary way you can use this word. David Byrne is such a goofy dude that it wouldn't surprise me if he would just put this in a Talking Head set or in like a solo set and just like do it and not see if anyone notices that it's not one of their songs.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I could
would
see
be
that.
interesting.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, my head would explode if it happened, but like, I bet you there are many Talking Heads fans who would be like, oh yeah, I've always loved this song. And be like, you don't, and he's the type of dude that's why he would do that.
That's
what
fair.
I mean?
Yes.
That's
I agree.
fair.
Yeah.
I did the thing where I get to use this drop here.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Wait a minute. I'll go check.
Just did some Googling. I wanted to know if David Byrne or anybody in the Talking Heads had said anything about Dog Eat Dog. And I'm in the Weird Al forum now.
You should go. There's a really good Facebook page. You should go to.
You know what? I should ask them. And everybody's like, nobody else from David Byrne nor the Talking Heads have said anything about Dog Eat Dog. And this was like somebody 11 years ago posted that in the Weird Al forum. And yeah, nobody. So yes, as far as the Weird Al community at large is concerned, nobody from the Talking Heads have acknowledged the existence of this song. Which, okay, fine, whatever. They're missing out.
Well, I don't think that ever means.
No, I know.
Like, you know what I mean? No, I think sometimes, especially with a pastiche, I feel like a lot of times this stuff probably never crosses their desk. You know,
especially it's not one of his hits. You know, so it's not like their fans would be asking about it. Hey, I heard this Weird Al song. You know,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna do it now because I don't have the time to dig into this hole. But when I have some downtime, I'm gonna dig into Talking Heads spaces of the internet and see if any of them know about it.
I bet I bet that's some water to wade into. I bet
it is. I bet it's really weird water to wade into.
There's like a whole thing where if you mention the Tom Tom Club, you'll get banned by some people.
Oh,
and if you mention Dave's
right.
solo work on other forums, you'll get banned. And
yeah. Do you know?
I mean, not that I would know from being in the GNR community forever, but you know, people get sensitive over things. First, I kid you not, the first music forum I ever went on in my entire life was somewhere around like 1995. Like we had Prodigy and all that stuff before that, but I mean, like the actual information superhighway.
Oh.
Very first post I ever made on any music forum, I had the nerve to say that I liked The Division Bell and Amused to Death, the latest Pink Floyd record and the latest Roger Waters solo album, and literally got banned by the admin. So just be careful with that when you go into talking at stuff.
Oh, I'm not going to talk.
People say I'm bad.
Yeah, people say you're bad. Like, again, you're just maintaining you're trying to maintain some sort of peace, you know? Yeah, the internet's a wild place. So again, regarding the song Dog Eat Dog, I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't talk a bit about how spot on and amazing Al's vocal is on this track. My opinion of it is that it's what's the best way to say this? It's not like he's doing a David Byrne impression, but he's almost singing as David Byrne if he were singing. Does that make sense?
Well, he's not exaggerating it as an impression. He's just, he sounds like him. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I get it. It's kind of hard. You're right. It's hard to describe.
As I'm going to say a thing I've said on your show many times. I'm probably thinking too much about this.
Nah.
I envision this to be the character who is singing. The character is trying to sing like David Byrne, not Weird Al. So like he's all excited about his corporate life and he doesn't understand the college music that he was just listening to, like is against everything that he is. So he's like still trying to look up to his hero, David Byrne, while singing this song in the style of David Byrne about how all of these things are important that would not be important to David Byrne. And again, I always bookend my crazy stuff with, I'm probably thinking too much about that.
It is deep. That is deep.
That is deep.
I gotta say.
It is deep. You know what? On that deep note, I feel like let's digest that a little bit. I'm going to kick this over to a wee little ad break so we can pay some bills for this show because, you know, we're working hard, right? So, and again,
I like that I broke the show. You're like, you know what? I need a break.
You know what? I need a break. I need a break.
I need
we're going to come back on the other side.
Like, you're going to come back with a break and be like, anyways.
Anyway, what we were talking, what I had said was, no. So, yeah, remember the ads are based on stuff that you've Googled. So if you don't like the ads that you're hearing on this show, stop Googling the things that you're Googling and we'll catch you in just a second.
If you're into comedy, game shows, and improv, you should come check out BFYTW. We are an adult British-inspired comedy panel show. New episodes release every Thursday through your favorite podcast player or bfytwpod.com. We're also a founding member of the OddPods Media Network and would love for you to join us for some laughs.
What is happening?
Nothing. I'm giving myself a space so I know
no.
where this is.
Well, I know,
I'm just
but
being
good.
goofy.
Okay.
All right.
I was like, wait, this is different.
No, well, yeah, well,
Got
you
it.
know, see now I'm giving.
This is not your beautiful break.
No, now I get an outtake, right?
Each of us identify with one of the Golden Girls. I'm Sophia, Aaron is Dorothy, Kristen is Sweet Rose, and each week we'll have a guest sit in the Blanche spot, the naughty seat. Come join us on the lanai for some cheesecake.
Part of the OddPods Media Network.
And we're back.
Man, they can't get back in that can.
Blah. All right.
I'll never not think that's funny.
No, it's always funny. I kind of like that it's how we come back from ad breaks on this show now.
I say this every single time, but we're going to have to go watch that sketch right after this episode.
I know. We have two things we need to watch after this. I'm going to derail here for just a second.
Oh, boy.
Not really. We have a YouTube channel, Jim, if you didn't know. It's all about music, right? And we recorded a video today about artists singing, re-recording their own tracks in a different language.
Ah.
Okay. So obviously I mentioned Weird Al doing Jurassic Park in Japanese, and we had the Beatles doing She Loves You and I Want to Hold Your Hand in German.
The whole video was inspired by the fact that we recently bought a copy of David Lee Roth's solo album, Eat 'Em and Smile, where he recorded the entire album in Spanish, and it is one of the greatest things you'll ever hear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you could
Wow.
check that out, right? But what we need to go check out after this is, because you said you were going to check it out after we recorded our videos, and you
Peter
didn't.
Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel re-recorded 2 of his albums in German. And are you familiar with the Peter Gabriel track Shock the Monkey?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Imagine that song in German.
I should know how to say it in German, but I don't.
But that song is supposed to be in German. So we're going to listen to that too
for sure.
after we're done here. So to pile on to Russ's crazy from before the break, I too have some crazy regarding this song. I have, and nobody can tell me that I'm wrong with this, I have created in my head, basically a head canon that this song is part of. In my mind, there's a 3-part thing that occurs. Dog Eat Dog, where it's the 80s. The guy's super excited to be climbing the corporate ladder. This is great. This is awesome. By the time the mid-90s roll around, he's disillusioned and he's calling in sick.
Oh, you've told me this before.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, he does that. He takes his break. He has something happens. And then by the time the 2010s roll around, he's mission statement. It's one guy in my mind. That's a triptych. That's a story over decades.
I think you are accidentally supporting my theory, because people who were into the Talking Heads in that era in college would be into the Calling in Sick is not, I don't think it is an exact
Calling in Sick is
yeah, but it sounds like what I call complain rock, the
Sure.
stuff that came between grunge and like Creed and everybody. There was this 1995 to 2000, the year 2000, where everyone was just complaining in their music.
Sure.
I want to be clear. It's not grunge. Like, grunge is not as complaining as people say it is, but there was an era where all rock songs were guys just complaining. And then that guy would be old enough to look back by that time, because when he was in college, Crosby, Stills and Nash, he would have been too cool for that. But then when he gets older, he would look back on that, and now he's trying to emulate them. So I think, in my opinion, I think we should just shut the internet down. I think we've just made a whole thing that I would love. I've told you this before, with no oh man, but I'd love to hear Weird Al. I would love to hear Weird Al listen to just even that. I would love to see it just to see if he's like, are you too dumb? You know what I mean? Or for him to be like, holy crap, you're the guys that figured it out. Right. I'm pretty sure it would be like, are you too dumb? But I just want to know. And you would tell by his face, even if he was like, wow, you figured it out, you could look at his face and be like, he thinks we're idiots,
Yeah.
But anyways, so in my opinion, your guy is the same guy. Yes. But through the phases of his life, he's emulating the things that he's listening to, because those things are cooler than him.
Did we blow our own minds just now?
Well, I was
Well,
speaking only for myself, but I said I blow my mind.
Well, isn't there another fan theory that all his like sad love songs, it's the same guy?
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Having the same problems with women, or all these different problems with women,
Yeah.
or himself.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That's also very, very true. Like, and you got to wonder, you really got to wonder, just like Russ said, like if I talk to Al and like I take my one moment to basically be like, so here's my thing, dog eat dog, calling in sick, mission statement, same guy, one big story. Would he look at me and do that thing where he goes, okay, or what?
I'm pretty sure
That's fine, and that's all right.
that would be my bet. Let's put it that way.
Well, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So, is there anything about Dog Eat Dog? Because I feel like we got to be fair with this discussion. We're talking about like what's good about it, and I feel like musically, it's absolutely, like Russ said, I could see the Talking Heads like whipping this out and like playing it just to see if anybody noticed or all that stuff. Is there anything that doesn't quite work or sit right with this song for either of you?
No, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's a product of its time. It's 80s corporate life. So, now looking back, geez, are we talking almost 40 years later?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Looking back 40 years later, it seems a little dated, but that's the way it was back then.
Yeah. So what would a 2025 Dog Eat Dog look like?
Oh, it'd be about your home office.
Yeah.
And your cat jumping on your keyboard or something.
Yeah. It would be about how many
It
days
would be
in a
something
row?
like this. It'd be your camera and your headset.
I was just gonna say, I think
know.
there'd be a heavy amount of like Zoom meetings and stuff,
Not being on mute.
or it would be the terrible life of an influencer, of being an influencer.
Oh man.
Which, by the way, I cannot stand that word.
I know.
Me neither.
Mostly for the people that have ruined it, like the people that are considered influencers. I don't like them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
It's cheapened the word influence.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Or how many days in a row can you go without wearing real pants?
Right.
I mean, so far I'm up to probably about 1,000.
So the only issue that I have with this song is something that would not be easily rectified at all at that time. And I also don't know if it would work. But when I first heard it, this never crossed my mind because, again, I only knew so much of the Talking Heads. Years later, when I learned so much more of the Talking Heads, I wish that this was, this is pretty much a straight on nod to Once in a Lifetime in many ways. And even by then, the Talking Heads had like a lot of different sounds.
Sure.
And I wish that there was at least one gear shift in the song that like went to a different style. But the reason why I say I don't know if that would work is, number one, he didn't have the ability at that time that he would eventually have. Like he could have never pulled off Genius in France at that time because he could. It would have been like a Zappa genre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like he waited to do the Zappa thing till he could cover all of them. In one. Yeah, as you know, Great Googly Moogly. And not only do I think that at that time nobody from the record label would have been like, yeah, keep doing that, sure, change, no one's going to get this, so keep that up, and then also, again, I think maybe people like me at the time would have been like, I don't know why I changed to a whole, because it took me like another 10 years to get the rest of the Talking Heads, right?
Uh-huh.
So and that's like a whole 2020 thing for me, so it's not even a valid complaint, really. It's not even a complaint, it's just a thing that when I listen to the song, I always wish that it had like a little of something else that they do as well.
I get that. I get that. But to be fair, one of your biggest complaints also about Weird Al music is how disjointed the plumbing song is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, that's a whole different.
That's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah.
A whole different can of worms. Yeah. So like, again, Dog Eat Dog, top notch top-notch Weird Al track. I feel like
I agree.
it's unfortunate, in my opinion, that more people don't know about this beautiful, beautiful song.
It's because the album is criminally underrated.
It's one of the bright spots of the
Mhm.
album. I mean, it's almost better than, I think it's better than the lead track. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Like if I take a look at Polka Party as a whole, like this is absolutely one of my favorite songs
For sure.
on it. Yeah. I love this. I love this song so very much. But I mean, we don't need to belabor any points. Jim, did you have anything further you wanted to add about Doggy Dog? Do you feel like you?
I think we've used it up. I've used all my props. So
Yes, they're perfect for the audio medium that this is.
Right,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It would have been even better if he didn't have the props and we just acted like he did.
Oh my gosh.
Like when he's, when
Here's
he
my
said it.
beautiful staple.
Yeah. We're like, oh, good one. Like,
Well, actually, I could
oh,
have.
he could have totally faked the paperclip thing.
Oh, you could have. We
He
could
could
have.
have been like-
We could have sat here in awe.
And well, that's what I'm saying. Don't even say something specific. He could have been like, well, I do this. And we could have been like, oh, that's the most beautiful. You should go back and drop this into that part.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, we have the setup of the room that we're in right now, and I promise this is going somewhere related to the song. Is my work office is on the other side of this room, and the podcast stuff is on this side of this room. So I roll my office chair over from one side of the desk to the other, and he rolls his office chair from his office into here to do
From an
this.
entirely different room, which I think deserves credit.
That's true. That's a lot of effort there. So we were recording our YouTube videos earlier, and his chair was in this spot, and my chair was over there. But because I take the lead on this, because this is my podcast, I had to switch chairs, and my brain, I was literally like, "This is not my beautiful chair."
Yeah.
So with that, then the last thing that we have to do here is give the track a rating on a scale of 1 to 27, and that can mean whatever you want it to mean. It's a wide range, I admit, but we have to respect the 27.
Yes.
With that said, I'm going to give this song a 27 because I got no problems with it. This is one of my favorite tracks on Polka Party, and there will be no changing my mind about that. Jim, would you like to go?
I would say I hate giving specific numbers, but it's definitely in the high 20s, maybe 24.
Okay, I'll
I'll
take it.
Because like I said, you just said it. I said it's one of the brighter spots of the album.
Yeah, I like that. 24. I'll give it. So 27, 24. Russ?
I don't know. I'll just go 26.
Okay.
Removing a point for no reason whatsoever.
Okay, so now this means that I have to do the thing. We've got 27 plus 24 plus 26 divided by 3 is 25 and 2/3.
There you go.
There you go.
So that is our official rating of this song between the three of us present on this call today. So I feel like we can wrap it up. Jim, is there anything that anything you'd like to shout out, say, do at the end?
Oh, I would just say if you're on Facebook, check out Close Personal Friends of Weird Al.
I'll link it in the show notes.
Okay, great. I did not create it, but I am the caretaker now, and it's the people who make it great. I post very little, so come and join us. You'll see things, you'll see and hear things you've never heard before.
That's a fact. And the post about this episode is one of the things that you can see in that group because I'm surely going to share it in there.
For sure.
Russ, anything you wanted to, I know what you know, but did you want to?
No,
anything?
I just if nothing else, we always have the Infectious Groove Music YouTube channel, three videos every week. We do stuff that vinyl review videos and reaction videos, and then our fun music discussion videos, and it's all positive because there's way too much negativity in the world.
That's a fact. And if you made it this far and you are a close personal friend of Al, check out the Infectious Groove Music YouTube channel because a couple of months ago, I did a video about what's so great about John Bermuda Schwartz. Talking about
you have your interview with the director of the movie.
Oh, that's
on
right.
there.
My interview with Eric Appel is on there.
Oh my.
We've done more than
We've
a
done
few,
quite a bit of Weird
some
Al
Weird Al
content.
reactions
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Weird Al all the time. 27-4.
Right. That's how to say that.
As it should be.
As it should be. And on that note, this has been the Weird Al podcast. We're going to come at you again in 2 weeks with Addicted to Spuds. And we have a repeat offender who we haven't recorded it yet, but I'm going to announce it anyway. We have Ian Globinger, who is one of the he's the creative director for the Roosevelt shirt brand that we love so very, very much here in this house. So if you like fun, ridiculous, loud pop culture shirts, stay tuned to that because Ian's a cool guy. And he actually did a custom drawing of Weird Al from the Fat video for me that is presently hanging in my living room. So I have an original piece of Weird Al art from a very, very good artist that I literally just got a frame for it last week, so I'm very pleased with it. But with that, I will see you again next time, and stay weird, be awesome, and be nice to everybody. Bye!